who makes me investigate silly things. Now, I'm not a massive fan of heights, so Jill decided to make me investigate hot air ballooning. It's a funny idea. I've always found the notion of hot air ballooning quite attractive. So I found myself inside the balloon with the flames going. What a stupid idea this turned out to be. Can we just hang on? Stupid idea indeed. For a start, I had to get up at some ridiculous hour in the morning, and then I was put to work.
We're going to beginning to fill the balloon up with cold air. So we're going to use this fan here to cold inflate the balloon. And effectively what that will mean is this become a big bag full of cold air lying on its side.
Turns out to be a bit of a hands-on experience.
Just when these guys get a little bit of a blue tinge to their lips, I'm going to thaw them back out again by shooting a 4-metre flame past them and kind of pumping hot air into the balloon. And that's going to generally heat the balloon up.
Hello.
And it will eventually lift the balloon up above our head. Now this will bring the basket into an upright position.
Kip explained how the cables connecting the balloon to the basket were sewn onto 20 separate nylon load tapes which distribute the load around the balloon, meaning there's very little weight on the fabric itself when the balloon is flying.
Okay, so take off quick, Nick, we'll follow you. Basically the concept here, guys, we put hot air in a bag and we go up, and then if you want to go down, we allow gravity to play its evil hand in the whole exercise by just letting the balloon cool down. So
and you've got no control over steering at all. It's purely by the wind. Just wind just takes you wherever it wants to take you.
No control in the sense if I want to change it, I can't.
Yeah, that's right.
But control is kind of making that decision before you take off on the ground. So what happens is you get quite a lot of steerage in the different layers of wind, because wind, it was particularly early in the morning, really gets defined in layers.
Yep.
So it's very flat, and that's why we meet at this ridiculous time of the day, is we're actually trying to get it when it's in quite defined layers. So particularly...
So during the day it gets muddier?
Well, we can start to convex, so the kind of like a big kind of, you know, washing machine. The study of ballooning is the study of meteorology. So like, you know, so we're building a picture before we go. And I mean, as a balloonist, that's what you're doing. We're kind of going, we're sitting out there as you guys are arriving, and we're talking about it. We're saying, okay, what will give us the best things? But it's really, the whole discussion is, what are we aiming to land on? And then aiming to achieve that objective, you know. So it's kind of doing the flight in reverse. You do all the planning beforehand, and then you fly, hopefully you fly accordingly.
Melbourne is a pretty unique city to allow balloons to fly over it. Its stable weather, plenty of parkland and distant airport, coupled with a relaxed attitude, means it's all possible.
So the fact that you don't feel any movement in the balloon, even though we're moving at 20 k's an hour, is that we are lighter than air. A balloon is a lighter than air aircraft, so you don't actually get any feeling of movement in a balloon because you are the wind. So, you know, where you would feel turbulence in an aircraft, you wouldn't feel that in a balloon because we basically move with the wind. So we're not kind of going through it to have it, you know, hit an air pocket or...
It was a different story as the balloon changes height.
We drop back down and you'll kind of feel a bit of wind now as we go through that layer where the wind is actually reversing. As soon as the wind's going in a different direction, until the balloon actually starts to come around, you'll just feel it across the basket. That's our turbulence at work there.
You feel it in the back of my ears, kid.
I should have put the turbulence light on. Ding! Fasten your seatbelts. So effectively, the things that we have on a balloon that we take from a kind of you know, electronics point of view is we have altimeter, obviously, so we can tell what our height is. GPS here, a unit. We carry VHF radio to contact the control tower. We have a transponder on here, and then we carry UHF radios to communicate to Nick over here and also to our ground crew. You've got to go back to the fact that ballooning is the world's oldest form of aviation. So really, the wicker basket, the flame in a bag, you know, and a bag is really all you need.
Preparations for an event rare in modern Australia, a balloon ascent.
And personally, Kip, what was your attraction to ballooning, and where did that come from?
Well, it was part of an anger management thing, actually. I was my parole officer had got me into ballooning through the basket weaving program. And I found
you did a good job.
It really helped
it's an
kind
excellent
of like,
basket.
you know, my more temperamental side of my personality. It's actually been very good for me. Pete?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm now tracking 224.
You know where you're going to land yet?
Oh, look, we kind of have an idea. We're heading across towards like the zoo
Adelaide.
area. Like, Adelaide. I mean, my adage in ballooning is green and flat, and then flat, and then just the ground, So, like, you know, it's a law of diminishing returns, and you're flying over a city of 4 million people.
It's beautifully simple. Don't land on Carlton's home ground, though. Don't.
See the animals?
This giraffe. Elephants. Hey, elephant.
There's the lions. You got the lions down there, sleeping away. That's not one of our green and flat options.
No, thank you.
Our ride was nearly over, and Kip had spotted the best place to land.
Okay, we're back down here.
Okay, so we're just going to come down in the middle of this big green and flat thing here.
I wasn't so sure about the other pilots.
Repeat, mate, repeat.
Baz, just be aware, I might be over near the hockey centre.
Cross a bit, down a bit. Mind the tree, Kif. Up, steady. Mind the tree, Kif.
Here we go, here we go. Coming in. Make it good, Kif, make it good, Kif.
If you look up, you'll get the vent opening. Shoot, Pete, go up. We'll go up and then down wherever you're ready. Let's go.
Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Dug it in. Oh my God! Let's go with the flow.
A vent in the top of the balloon let out the hot air and kept us safely on the ground.
Hey, you can get off the floor of the basket now, Pete. It's all over, Pete.
There's a little bit of
up
wee
you
on
get.
the floor.
Come on.
Small amounts of wee. Nothing more than that, though. That was really enjoyable, Kip. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
That was great fun.
Yeah, good.
You may think that that was it, but oh no, my friends, there was more work to do. Oh, yes.
Talking to my wheel, Kip. As easy as that. You know, job done.
Just time for the team photo.
Okay.
Look action,
Give us a little
look action.
wave. That's it. Just a big smile.
Don't often see a D go slippery.
Okay. Righto. That's it, guys. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.